So thank you for coming to the 8th class in our Yoga for Breast Cancer Recovery series. So you can take a nice comfortable seat on your cushions if you like for our breathing exercises, or if you ever need to, feel free to go on your back as well. So get nice and comfy, take your thigh, rotate it a little bit outwards so you're sitting on your sits bones. You can sit up nice and tall, feeling your spine lengthen. Let the shoulders hang down, the heart up slightly. You can close your eyes as you turn your crown of the head towards the sky. Good. Taking a deep breath. Exhale with a sigh. Again, inhale. Exhale with a sigh. And a third and final time. Take a deep breath in. Exhale to release. As we take time to come into the here and now, let all of those thoughts that are running through your mind just drift away into the space around you. And tell yourself that for the next hour, the only thing that's important is you and your breathing. So you can pay attention to the air coming in and out of your body as you inhale and exhale. Letting the breath get very slow as your mind clears out. And we start bringing all of our attention inwards. So as your breath starts slowing down, allow the breath to become very, very fluid. So of course we have that little pause at the top of the inhalation and after the exhalation. But otherwise, just let it become very, very fluid. And then deepen the breath. So when you inhale, you're going to feel your whole torso expand. And as you exhale, you'll feel your body coming back to center. You can feel that breath increasing your diameter. And exhale again, let yourself relax down. Remind yourself there's nothing to be doing right now except just taking care of yourself. And create that beautiful healing bubble with the breath. Now your breath should be very slow, fluid, and deep. And you can begin contracting your throat for the Ujjayi breath. Just remember that's called the ocean-sounding breath in English. And as soon as you start contracting your throat a little bit, the breath turns into the beautiful sound of the ocean. You can feel all that beautiful energy coming in and out of the body. And you can start that energetic cycle of basically recycling all of your body's energy. So when you inhale, you can imagine gathering all that positive energy around you. Maybe it's how you're feeling, or the people around you, and the support that you have, the room that you've made, or just nature in general. Inhale and imagine bringing that beautiful feeling inside the body. Let it permeate through each and every cell. And as you exhale, remember to release anything that's not serving you anymore. So you can imagine letting go of any type of difficulties you're having with people or events. And feel that positivity replacing all of those old and stagnant beliefs. And as we keep breathing in that nice, relaxed way, we're going to actually add in the alternate nostril breathing today. So we're going to hold up the right hand and fold in the 3 middle fingers. So our thumb and baby fingers out. We're going to start by placing the right thumb on the right nostril. Then you inhale through the left nostril. Block your nose with the little finger at the top of the inhalation and exhale out the right nostril. Block it with your thumb. Inhale through the left. We're going to block it at the top. Exhale out through the right. Good. Now this time when you inhale through the right. We're going to block it at the top and exhale out the opposite nostril. Inhale again. Block it and exhale out the opposite side. Inhale through the same nostril. Exhale out the opposite nostril. So you can keep repeating that. And we also always exhale out the opposite nostril. So sometimes we get confused in which is coming and going. No pressure. If you make a mistake, you're still breathing. Everything's fine. But this way we start clearing out the sinuses and actually boosting our immune system. And of course, it always helps us to keep us nice and calm as well. Good. So after your next exhalation, you can release the alternate nostril breathing. Come back to your center. Good. Make sure your spine still feels nice and long. The shoulders are relaxed. And then as you exhale, let your chin sink down towards your chest. And as you loosen your neck, notice your head getting very heavy. And take note of all those areas in your neck and your back that feel like they're being stretched right now. Notice where is holding more tension than others. Then you can start making little half circles with your head, inhaling up and around to one shoulder, exhaling down towards the heart, and then inhaling up and around to the other shoulder. Gently taking out all the tension from the neck. You might hear some cricks and cracks. That's perfectly fine. If you're feeling comfortable, bring that into a full circle, relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. Just tracing the mobility of your neck. And always notice where you're holding the tension and what places feel free. And take time to change directions. And loosen the shoulders, let them hang far away from the ears. And then you can come back to the center. Excellent. So we're going to do a little cat and puppy stretch seated for our chest, and at the same time we're going to do a little massage for the neck. So we start by interlacing the fingers and then placing the base of the palms around the neck. So, good. Let them hang nice and loose. And when we exhale, we're going to roll the upper body down and squeeze the palms onto the neck. Inhale, relax the palms, open up, lift up, look up towards the sky, and open the elbows. Again, exhale, round forward, squeeze in on the neck. Bring the elbows further in. Inhale, rise up, see if you can open up the elbows. If they don't open, that's perfectly fine. Just do what you can. And look up to the sky. So you're going to keep repeating with your own rhythm of breath as the guide. And feel free to move your hands a little bit on your neck to all those places that have tensions and squeeze them as you exhale. So always we want to have more or less the strength of a massage so it feels comfortable. Excellent. One more time. Exhale down. Inhale up. And then as you exhale, you can let your arms come down by your sides. So for the next few exercises, I prefer to be down on the floor, but if you feel better on the cushion, that's fine. Or if you ever need to sit in a chair, feel free. Make sure you can still feel your sits bones on the ground, so you might have to turn the thighs outwards. Good. Bring your hands by your sides. And as we inhale, we're going to lift up the right hand And then place it on the right ear. Good. Let your right ear sink towards your right shoulder. So it's the right hand to the left ear, and then the right ear to the right shoulder. Good. So take time. You can also rotate your head a little bit to see where you need to focus on this morning. Good. And then start breathing in and out. And bring your breath into the upper part of the chest. So every time you inhale, you actually feel your collarbones and your shoulder blades opening. As you exhale, allow the body to relax. And notice if your right ear sinks down a little bit more to your right shoulder. Perfect. Inhale, raise the head and the hand up towards the sky. Stretch your left hand about 30 centimeters out from the hip and fold your elbow inwards. As you exhale, you can come down towards the left side to wherever it feels comfortable, keeping both sits bones on the ground. Remember, if your shoulder's ever sore, you can always keep it down by the side. If you feel like you need to have an extra stretch, you can press the hand more out towards the left. Now, fix the alignment by lifting the heart and then rotating the right side a little bit backwards. Excellent. Relax your neck. Take a few more deep breaths in and out. Perfect. Inhale up, and then exhale, let the hand float down to the floor. Other side. Inhale the left hand up. We're going to place the left hand on the right ear and let your left ear sink towards the left side. Good. Rotate your neck however you would like. If you ever have difficulties with your arm, of course, you can just put your head down towards the shoulder and leave your arm on the ground. And adjust your head so that you feel the stretch on the right side. You also have the option of pressing that right shoulder towards the earth if you want an extra stretch. Very good. Keep breathing. And on your next inhalation, raise your head and your hand up to the sky. We're going to slide the right hand out from the hip so the fingers point directly away. Rotate the elbow in, and we're going to lean towards the left. So again, both sits bones stay on the ground. Just work with whatever appropriate for you. Lift the heart. Rotate the left side backwards. Remember, if you do need that rest for your arm, you can have it down on your side. Or you can stretch the hand further out towards the right if you prefer. Keep breathing nice and deeply. Perfect. Inhale up and exhale the arm down. Very good. So we're going to practice our cow face today with a strap. So I'm going to start with the strap in the right hand. I'm going to turn around so you can see. So we're going to have it so that the strap dangles down the spine. Your elbow might be quite low, it might be quite high. You're just going to put it to wherever it feels comfortable. Now, see if you can hold on to the strap in the back. And again, just do whatever is comfortable. If you need to, your hand can be very low on the strap. It can be up. Just bring it to whatever feels good. Now bring the shoulders back and down. See if you can stretch the elbows backwards a little bit. So you can stay exactly here, just holding onto the strap. Or if you feel like you want to go a little bit further, you're going to use about half of your strength and pull up with the right hand and down with the left hand at the same time. So you don't really feel any movement, but the shoulder muscles are going to start working. Good. Just a few more deep, deep breaths. And as you exhale, you can release. Put the strap to the side. And from here, bring your hands to your knees. We're going to scrunch the shoulders up towards the ears. Exhale, release. Again, squeeze tight, 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 tight. Exhale, relax. One more time. Inhale, squeeze. And exhale, let them relax. So now we're going to do the left side. So you can put the strap in the left hand. Remember, just do whatever is appropriate for you. You don't have to go into the full posture. So we're going to bring the hand behind the back so that the strap dangles around the spine. And again, your shoulder can be very low, can be very high, whatever feels good for you. And then bring your right hand behind and hold onto the strap wherever it's possible for you. So you shouldn't feel a big strain at all when you hold the strap. Now, we're going to see if we can rotate the shoulders back and down. Again, if your face is scrunching up, you're doing too much. Really make yourself as comfortable as possible. Now again, you can stay right here, or if you prefer, you can pull up and down on the strap at the same time. Again, always with your own body in mind. Treat it like the precious little baby that you're looking after. And just keep breathing. Perfect. Exhale, release. We're going to do a few arm circles. So you can do little tiny circles. You can do bigger circles if your body allows you to. Just do whatever feels good in the moment. And take time to change directions. Good. Exhale, release the hands down. So we're going to go into a seated twist. So you can bring your left hand to your right knee and the right hand behind the tailbone in the back. Rotate your shoulders back and down. You're going to feel your heart lift up slightly. Let the chin come in towards your throat. And exhale, we're going to slowly start twisting towards the right. So remember, our sacrum is not meant to twist. So we start at the level of the belly button up. And when we inhale, I want to feel like somebody is actually pulling up on the crown of the head so that the spine gets longer. As we exhale, we're going to twist a tiny bit more. Good. Keep twisting at your own level of ability. And then as you exhale, slowly come back to center. And then you can bring your right hand to the left knee and the left hand behind the tailbone. So we're still sitting up so our head is over our sacrum. The shoulders come back and down. We lift the heart. We're going to tuck the chin a little bit towards the throat. And then exhale. Again, start turning slowly towards the left. Make sure your right shoulder is down. I see some people with it up close to their ear. Excellent. Take your time, inhaling to stretch up and exhaling to turn a little bit further. Always in comfort. Perfect. Exhale, we're going to return back to the center. Excellent. Make sure you're still sitting up nice and tall. We're going to go into our eagle arms. So lift the hands more or less the same height as the shoulders. Sometimes it doesn't work and they have to be a little bit lower. That's perfectly fine. So then we're going to cross the right elbow under the left. You have the option of just letting your hands rest on your shoulders and feel that weight hanging them down. Or you can cross the forearms. Good. Now, again, make sure that your shoulders are back and down. If you're able to, lift your elbows. The highest would be at the same level as the elbows, but you just do whatever feels appropriate, and your hands are over the elbows. Good. You can stay there if you have a nice stretch, or if you want to give a little bit extra. Inhale, lift the elbows up slightly. Exhale, let them come down slightly. So you want to feel that there's a slide in between the shoulder blades. And we're massaging out all of that tension that we hold there. Pay close attention to everything that you're feeling. Good. Now, come back to center. You have the option of staying still again, or if you'd like, try circling the elbows. So it can be a little tiny circle. And keep your torso perfectly still. We want to feel that the arm bones are circulating in the socket. Good. Change directions. Good. Come back to center. Exhale. We're going to unwind the arms and cross the wrists, loosening the shoulders. Good. Now inhale. Bring your hands towards your heart. So we're going to be very gentle with ourselves and exhale to see if we can bring our hands forward. So it's always important to try not to judge yourself or think something's negative or positive. So you might have noticed last week I could put my hands down really fast towards the floor. I shoveled for 2 hours this morning. My hands are not moving forward. I'm being honest with myself and I'm not forcing them because I don't want to overstretch the ligaments and the tendons. doesn't make any difference in my day if I bring them further, except I might hurt myself. So we stay in the here and now, and we do whatever is our best in the moment. Excellent. Exhale, release. We're going to shake out our hands, shake out our arms. Let the circulation come back. Perfect. We're going to do the other side. So bring the arms up. This time we're going to cross the left under the right. Again, you have that option of just letting the arms hang here with the hands on the shoulders, or if you're feeling up to it, you can cross the hands. Excellent. Now, if you're able to, lift the elbows up slightly. Again, bring the shoulders back and down so you feel that length in the spine. So remember to be very honest with yourself and do whatever is appropriate for today. If you like, you can start that little massage, inhaling the elbows up, exhaling down. And try to get your hands to go straight up towards the sky if you are doing the slide. Sometimes we have the tendency to let them touch the forehead, but we want to keep it nice and straight. Excellent. Come back to center. And again, if you need a break, just hold it steady. Or if you like, you can do circles with the arms, keeping the torso very still. So again, we're just drawing out our mobility. It shouldn't hurt at all. Excellent. Change directions. Perfect. Come back to the center. Exhale, release. So we're crossing at the wrists again. Good. Take time to relax your shoulders. You just took out a ton of tension. Inhale. We're going to bring the hands up towards the heart. And again, just slide them as far forward as what feels appropriate for today. Notice what's happening in your thumbs, your fingers, your wrists, your forearms. You should have that feeling that all the cells are thanking you for doing this. Excellent. Taking a couple more deep breaths. And then we're going to release and shake out the hands. Good. So today we're actually coming up on all fours. It's important to keep the alignment because sometimes we could develop wrist problems. So a lot of times when we put our hands on the ground, everyone puts the weight here. You want to have it so that you really feel the weight under the fingers as well. The four corners of the hand should have the same amount of weight. If you do have wrists and forearms, shoulder issues, and it doesn't feel right, you can stay up on your knuckles, on your fists. And for your knees, if people have knee issues, fold them out a couple of times, give yourself lots of padding. So we're going to move to all fours. So if you are able to put your hands down on the ground, the index fingers, well, first put your wrists directly under your shoulders, and then make sure your index fingers are parallel, and then spread the rest of the fingers out as much as you can from here. And just take time to wiggle around maybe a little bit on the mat, and notice when you get that four-corner feeling in the hands. Make sure your knees are directly under your hips. Remember, if you prefer, you can come up on your fists. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Sometimes we think that if we're doing the fists, we're not doing the right thing, but it's perfect if that's what you need. Very good. So we're going to go into our cat and puppy. So as we exhale, we round the back up. We let the crown of the head and the tailbone come down. Inhale. As the belly fills up, it's going to go down towards the earth, and we're going to turn the tailbone and the crown of the head up. And keep moving. Exhaling the back up. Think about that cat at Halloween. And inhale. We have the puppy stretch. Good. If your body wants to move a little bit more with the cycle, go for it. One more time. Exhale. We're going to round the back up. Inhale. Let it drop down. Perfect. Come back to your neutral spine. Make sure you still feel comfortable. So we're going to keep the hips directly over the knees, and we're going to start walking the hands the whole way towards the left. So we're looking for a C stretch, kind of like the crescent moon that we do as we sit. So you should feel it on the right side of your body. And you're going to walk your hands as much as you can, and when you can't walk them anymore, look back at your left hip. Sometimes we get a nice stretch to the right side. Take a couple more deep, deep, deep breaths. Perfect. Come back to the center nice and slowly. And then you can keep walking the whole way to the right side. Make sure your hips are still over your knees, and then look back at your right hip when you can't move any further. Excellent. So now we're going to walk back towards the center. Make sure your hands are still under your shoulders so that you have a nice support. So this time we're going to pick the right hand up and we're going to do something called threading the needle. So we put the hand between the arm and the knee and we're going to slide it the whole way until our right ear can touch the ground. Excellent. So from here we place the left hand on top of the right. And just go to wherever it feels possible for you. So this might be enough of the posture, that's fine. If you feel like you can do a big extension, inhale and lift the left hand up towards the sky to get a twist in the back. Good. Spread out your fingers and stretch your hand up towards the sky. Keep breathing. And notice what's happening with your left shoulder blade. Good. Feel it sliding away from the rib cage, creating lots of space. Now as you exhale, slowly let the left hand come down towards the right. And then inhale, you can come back up onto all fours. Readjust your hands. And then lift the left hand up. We're going to slide it towards the right between the arm and the leg. And this time it'll be the left ear down on the floor. If you can, place your right hand on top of the left. And then inhale, we're going to stretch the right arm up towards the sky, if that's good for you today. Once your hand is up, spread out each finger, one from the other, and then lift the arm up towards the sky so you actually feel the shoulder. It's going to separate and move a little bit. Excellent. You always want to create space. Very good. Exhale, bring the hand down. And then inhale back up onto all fours. Very good. So now we're going to take a step forward with the right foot. So this time for the alignment, we want the knee and the ankle to be aligned. You can lift your toes up, spread them out, and then have that nice base for the foot as well to help keep us balanced. From here, it's important to engage your abdominal muscles, so press your belly button in. And as you inhale, bring your hands up and over the head for modified warrior one if you can. Sometimes we need to do it with one arm, that's perfectly fine. And then we're going to rotate the shoulders back and down to lift the heart. Really feel the shoulder blades slide down your back. Good. Make sure your hands are facing one another. We spread the fingers out. Good, and shift the gaze, so you're just turning the eyes up towards the sky. Excellent. Now as you exhale, if it feels appropriate for you, you can lift the heart a tiny bit more. Very good. Exhale, we're going to slowly bring the hands back down to the floor, and then walk the right knee back. Inhale, take a step forward with the left foot. Wiggle it forward if you need to. And look at your knee and your ankle. They should be aligned, so one's over the other. That way we use the least amount of muscles as possible and our bones are really able to support us. Lift the toes, spread them out on the mat. Excellent. So we're going to contract the abdominal muscles. Inhale, nice and slowly. Let the arms come up towards the sky. Modified warrior one. Very good. So the hands should be more or less shoulder distance apart. If both of them are up, palms facing one another. Shoulders rotate back and down. We feel that lift in the heart. Excellent. And then look upwards. Very good. Exhale. We're going to bring the hands slowly down. From here, curl your right toes under. And we're going to take a step forward with the right foot to come into a standing forward fold. So again, that angle is going to be different from everybody. It's more important to have your legs straight than to come down. So straighten your knees and just bring your hands to wherever you can. Now again, we're going to take a minute to look at our feet. They should be about hip distance apart. We lift the toes up and spread them out. You can even grab onto your mat with your toes to have a nice solid position for your feet. Then again, we let the upper body dangle down to wherever it can. And relax your neck. Good. Take a couple more deep breaths. And let all of the vertebrae release in the back. Feel the stretching through the hamstrings. Excellent. Now soften your knees and inhale. Come up. See if you can bring your hands up and over your head for Tadasana mountain pose. And we can bring the hands back down to the heart. Very good. So just again, make sure that your feet are well positioned. We always lift the toes up, spread them out, and we want to hold onto our mat with the feet so we feel our feet engaged. We're going to do just a small balancing posture so we keep up our abdominal strength. So we're going to start balancing on the right leg and bring the left foot to the side. So this is tree posture. You can balance on your toes and put your heel on the top of the right ankle. If you feel better about your balance, bring your foot up so it's on the calf. Very good. Now, swing the knee open a little bit more, if you can. Rotate the shoulders back and down. And for the beginning, we're just going to take a spot on the floor or the wall and just watch it for a moment so that we can keep our balance. Don't forget your breath. And ideally, you can still hear the Ujjayi breathing. Perfect. Exhale. We're going to step down with the left foot, lift the toes up, spread them out so we still have that nice wide base. And then we'll move to the other side. So you can keep your toes on the ground with the heel just leaning against the ankle, or you have the option to lift it up if you're feeling good with your balance. Good. Rotate the right knee out a little bit if you're able to. Belly button in, make sure your abdominals feel nice and strong. Shoulders are still relaxed. And again, focus on a spot on the wall or the floor to help keep your balance for the moment. And also notice which side of the body is easier for you to balance on. We always have one side that's easier. Good. Try to stay steady. And just as you did with your hands, notice the four corners of the feet and make sure you feel your weight evenly distributed. Very good. On your next exhalation, you can take a step down. So you might want to turn sideways on your mat right now, and we're going to take a nice wide step. So a wide step is different for every single person. So the widest step that we would take is to align the ankles and the wrists. But if that may not be comfortable for you, and you can step into wherever you need, it's better for your legs to stay nice and straight and strong to help you with the forward fold. Then turn your toes inward so you have the internal rotation of the leg bones. So the big toes are maybe not pointing to one another, but they're in that direction. Good. Slowly, we're going to start leaning forward and seeing if we can put our hands on the floor. If you have a hard time to put your hands on the floor, feel free to prop them up on blocks. That's perfectly fine. Good. Keep your knees straight. And then you can let your upper body completely come down to wherever you can. Relax your neck. Make sure you feel nice and strong in your legs. And if you're able to, bring your hands behind your back and interlace your fingers. From here, we're going to straighten the elbows and let the hands come down towards the head. So they might not lift up very much. That's perfectly fine. But you'll feel the gravity really working with them if they're able to get to a certain spot. Good. Again, keep the breathing nice and steady and slow. Listen in for your Ujjayi breath. Excellent. As you exhale, release your hands, bring them back to the floor. So 1 foot at a time, we're going to come up onto the toes and swing the heels in. Good. Let your knees bend and exhale. Bring your hips down to wherever you can. So for some people, you might stay fairly high up in the sky with your hips. Other people, you might be able to come into a full squat. That's really wherever feels appropriate for you. Now, if you're feeling strong, keep your elbows on the inside of the knees and lift your hands to your heart in prayer. Good. Let's try straightening out the spine. Good. Remember, your neck is part of your spine, so try to keep that aligned with the rest. And take a few more deep, deep breaths. Excellent. Exhale, release. We're going to sit back down on the floor. And we're going to go into a restorative posture now so that we can really relax. You've been working very hard. So take your bolster, put it to the side. You're going to have it fairly close to your hips, depending on how tall you are. We want it so that it goes under the shoulder blades. Make sure that you have your block fairly close to you. And when you lean backwards, remember there's different heights for the block. You can have it up nice and tall. You still get a very good back arch here. If your back is feeling comfortable, you can turn the block around. There's a medium position, and there's a low position. And if your back is feeling very flexible, you could even bring your head down to the floor. And then adjust the arms for what's best for your body today. So you can interlace your fingers over your stomach. You can let the hands go down on the floor closer to your hips. You can slide the arms upwards. And then the same thing with the legs. You can have them extended on the floor. You can bend your knees. If you like, you can close your knees together, open your feet so that your legs feel very supported. If you want to work on your inner thigh, you can put your feet together and let the knees open up. So find your comfy position in that posture. And then you can close your eyes. Allow your breathing to slow down as you come back to the present moment. And remind yourself the only thing to do right now is to look after your well-being. And as you focus back into the breath, allow it, like usual, be very, very slow, fluid, and deep. And just as your back is supported on the bolster, imagine leaning into the present moment, allowing everything to soften and still. And today, we're going to concentrate on building positive energy around us. So I'm going to start saying some affirmations, and you can repeat them to yourself during the pause. It's okay to be just as I am in the present moment. I am enough. I am more than enough. I am loved. I am greatly loved. I am supported. And I have all the support I need. All is well. And all is going to be well. And you can just start sensing the natural life around you with all the natural cycles of life and rebirth. So here in Canada, it's so easy to see that with our seasons. We have the spring that starts giving us all the flowers. The trees start growing back with the leaves. The sun starts getting longer and longer. The summer comes and we get all that beautiful warmth. The days are nice and long. And then that moves slowly into the fall. And the leaves change on all these beautiful bright colors that eventually fall to the ground and leave us with the bare trees. And then we have our winter where the days are so short and it's dark. We get all that beautiful snow that falls. And then it starts back again with the life that comes back in the spring. And remind yourself that you are part of this natural cycle of life. Things come and go, and change is natural. Appreciate all the nature you have around you and give it thanks. Thank it for giving you life. Take time to thank the ground for giving you its support. Thank the sky for its spaciousness. Thank the sun for its light and warmth. Thank the moon for letting up a path in the darkness. Thank the air for giving you breath. And thank the creativity of nature for all that inspiration it gives you. And as you are part of that natural cycle, appreciate yourself as well. And thank yourself for being you. And allow all that positivity and gratitude to fill your body, your mind, and your soul. So we're slowly going to start coming back into our bodies and moving gently out of this posture. So an easy way to do it is to bring your elbows to the cushion. Press your belly button in nice and firmly to activate the abdominals, and press the elbows, lift the head, engage your abdominals to come up. Or help yourself any way you need to. And then you can push your cushions to the side and lie back down on your back. So when you're on your back, tuck your shoulder blades down away from your ears. And this time we're going to spread our arms out into a T posture. Good. Bend your legs at your knees to bring your feet to the floor. If you like, one knee at a time, bring it closer in towards your belly. If you ever feel the need, you can support your arms with cushions as well. And then slowly, as your knees are up, exhale and let them rotate down to the right side. Good. Pay attention to whatever you're feeling in your back. And then you can bring your knees further away from your belly if you want to work on your low back. If you want to target your upper back, you bring them closer in towards your belly. And again, always think of adjusting the posture to your own needs. So there's a cushion beside you. You can put it under your hips, under your knees, between your knees. Support an arm with a cushion if you like. Make it so that your body feels totally and completely supported so it can just relax. It doesn't need to do anything. The only thing that you need to be doing right now is paying attention to your breath and let it do all the work for you. So as you inhale deeply, especially notice the opening on the left side. One rib is going to open from the other. You'll feel all those muscles stretching and releasing. Notice if your left shoulder wants to lift up from the floor as well, let it. Bring all that power from the breath into the body. And on each and every exhalation, allow your body to go further and further into the relaxation. And notice all that wisdom that the body has. The cells are going to do every single thing that they can possibly do to help you maintain your best health. And we're just helping it along by guiding it into different positions. Good. Bring your belly button in towards your spine. Inhale, bring the knees back to the center. And exhale, let them come down to the opposite side. Good. Turn your head gently to the right. And again, feel free to support yourself. The more your body can let go, the deeper the effect of the posture. So sometimes we think that we have to do everything bigger. It's not that at all. You have to do it at the perfect place for you. Notice if you need to adjust your knees. And again, inhale as deeply as you possibly can, feeling all of those connective tissues release and stretch. And exhale, let your body just be supported by the earth and really relax. Perfect. Press your belly button in towards the spine. Bring the knees back to the center. And if your feet are touching the ground, just lift them up ever so slightly so they're dangling by your hips. And then we're going to use our knees as a focal point and draw the infinity sign in the air with the knees. Let your feet be nice and loose. And just think about massaging out any tension that might be left in the base of the spine, and the low back. If the movement gets bigger, it's going to go up between your shoulder blades as well. Our idea here is to just explore the movement, explore the mobility, see what feels appropriate in your body, and take time to change directions. And notice how fluid and smooth things are. Notice some spots that might still hold some tension. It's fine. Good. As your knees come back to the center, exhale and let the feet come down to the floor. And now we get to go for my favorite posture, Savasana. So if you like, put your cushion under your knees. If you just want something for your head, whatever just feels like the most comfortable you could possibly get, that is perfect. Wrap yourself up in the blanket if you're feeling cold. You can even put something over your eyes if you want more darkness. And just feel that luxury of well-being sinking into your body with all the postures you've just completed. And don't even worry about controlling your breath anymore. Okay, bring your attention down towards your feet. And notice them starting to become very light. Let that feeling travel upwards through the ankles and the calves. Relax your knees and the inner thighs. You might have that feeling that your legs are so light that they feel like they could lift up and off the mat. And then notice that with each and every out-breath, the hips, the back, and the shoulder blades melt down further and further to the floor. Feel all the tension leaving the shoulders. You might even feel that lightness travel down through the arms and into the hands. Allow all the tension to be released from the belly and the chest. Relax your neck and your throat. Allow the jaw to open up ever so slightly so that your tongue can let go. Notice your eyes getting heavy. And then relax your face. Take time to notice how the feelings in your physical body transfer over to your emotional, your mental, and your spiritual self. And thank yourself for taking the time to do what you need to do to feel better, so that you can always be the best version of yourself. And then slowly you can start wiggling your fingers and your toes to bring your consciousness back into your body. Slide your arms up over your head and take a deep, deep stretch. And then stretch one arm towards one foot, the other if you like, or down one side and through the other. And when you're ready, you can bend your legs at your knees and roll over on your right side in fetal position. Very good. Hold on to that deep relaxation. And as you inhale, you can press your left hand to the floor to help come into a seated position. If you like, sit up on your cushion, whatever is the most comfortable for you. Center your head over your hips. Feel the spine strong and long. Then we're going to bring our hands to our heart in prayer. So we'll chant Om to end the class. Take in a deep breath. Thank you very much. much. Namaste. I hope you feel well. Thank you very much.